making sure that students feel comfortable talking to their neighbors about when there's a party. So if the noise gets too loud, the person can call next door. I should note that one of those houses that Dr. Hallman's talking about had 7 people living in it last year, and that wasn't a problem because they dealt with it. So that's
thank you. That's your time is expired.
And the neighbors knew that, and they didn't complain because of this communication.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, the last part of the debate, we're going to limit to, you can turn to the person to your right, yeah, you're right, and ask them a question, and they can only have 30 seconds to answer the question.
I thought it was to the left.
So, pardon?
Left.
Oh, to the left. To your left. Oh, right. And then we can move around, I guess, this way.
Okay.
But, so we will start with you, Mr.
So he'll ask to
Ranger.
So
Ranger.
Yeah, start with
And then the person to your left has 30 seconds to respond. And this will be the final portion of the debate.
Who starts?
You start.
Listening up. I asked Paul.
Yeah. Wow.
Paul, you went to the College of William and Mary. What was your grade point average? I won't tell you mine.
I was going to start with the legend of Curtis, and I won't give his last name for confidentiality, who lived in our dorm, who was a big fan of the Dixie Road Ducks, who was somewhat of a hero, oddly enough, because he made it through first semester with a .25.
Wow.
And needless to say, he wasn't around sophomore year. Mine was higher than Curtis's, and I'll leave it at that.
Mr. Freiling?
Speechless after that.
Yeah.
Matt, you or Mr. Beato, Matt, can you tell us a little bit about, I mean, you have direct experience here in an educational institution like the College of William and Mary, a fine place. It's a lot harder to get into now than when I came here. And so you've had quality educational experience probably throughout your life. Can you just talk a little bit about what you see we can do locally in our education system to improve the experience of students?
For K through 12?
Yes,
for K through 12. Well, let me address K through 12. First of all, I'm not someone who's going to know. I'm not going to have kids in the education system. What I will do is talk regularly with our school board representatives, Dr. Allowance and Ms. Emanuel, about what's going on in the education system. And I'm very happy to see that the school budget was fully funded, and I look forward to making this a top priority when I'm on city government, and trusting our school board representatives to make the right decisions in the future so that I don't have to, because I don't have kids in the education system. I never will, and I think that's okay because we have that excellent school board.
Thank you.
Sure. I haven't thought of a question for you, Judy. Judy, here's my question. If you've been around this community a long time, and you've seen city council living in Williamsburg for the past 13 years, something like that. So if there was one decision that the city council made that you could change, what would it be and why?
They should have bought Holly Hills instead of letting it be developed. The Getty tried to sell it to the city, and the city turned it down, and it would have been a very nice park. Instead, it's houses, and we all know that houses are a negative return on taxes. Houses cost more in services than they bring in taxes.
Thank you.
I was at the city council meeting today, and there were a number of people who talked about the green concept the city is doing, and I wondered how you think the city is going. Is it going fast enough? Is it going too slow? What should we do?
We never move fast enough, but essentially the city's really been pretty environmentally effective. It has a long way to go, but we have one of the first major recycling programs with a wide range of curbside recycling that takes place. The city actually uses less water today than it did in 1990 when we had 3,000 fewer people. That's the result of codes that require, low flow. 30 seconds away.
It's amazing how
We are part of the Virginia Green Cities Initiative, and I think that provides a framework for a lot more thinking about how we can be energy efficient and how we can be more environmentally responsible.
Thank you.
So, wow, 30 seconds goes fast. Terrence, we've recently had a series of budget hearings. The CPI is a big part of that capital improvement budget. What do you think are the most important elements in the CPI for the next 5 years?
I don't really have an answer to your question, Clyde. I would need to study the budget, which I have not had a chance to do. But I appreciate the question. And when I'm on council, fiscal responsibility and making tough decisions are things that I am definitely prepared to do.
Thank you. And final question.
Yes, for Mr. Granger. Mr. Granger, you served on council and as mayor. I just wondered what thing or a couple of things that you're proudest of that was accomplished during your tenure and on council or as mayor for the city.
Thank you very much. One of them is that when I was mayor, we bought what was left of Holly Hills, which is about half of it. It had been turned down by a previous council, but when I came back on council in '96, we got a 5-0 vote to buy the other half, which one protected Holly Hills as it was, all subjected across the College Creek, protected College Creek, and Port Ann and Port Richmond, and all the houses along there. Among the others are the underground wiring that we've done, which when you drive up and down Richmond Road, etc., you don't see wires, and we need to get rid of the wires we have.
Thank you. All right. We are now in the final portion of our debate, which are 1-minute closing statements. So if you want to breathe for a couple seconds and allow everyone to listen to closing songs, and then we will make our closing statements starting from, where should we start? Well, we began on this side, so why don't we finish from going the other way?
One, I want to thank Zach and the rest of you for putting on this forum. I think it's been very valuable. I think it's been a benefit to the students. I also think it's been a benefit to the full-time residents and will be a benefit to the 6 candidates. I know it's been for me. I also want to express my desire to serve. I'm not as young as Matt Beato, but the two of us, we average an age of 46.
And whose age is that?
Barack Obama.
That's right.
I can serve 2 terms and still be younger than John Warner. So I've got a lot of time to look forward to. So I would like to have your support. If you want to know more about me, which I hope you do, hope you'll consult Granger.biz and learn whatever you want to learn. I look forward to your support on May 6th. I look forward to working with these 2 of these fine candidates as well as the others who are already there.
Thank you very much, Mr. Granger. Mr. Freiling?
Thank you, Ms. Hopkins, Ms. Rojas, the entire Student Assembly for setting up this forum, and for all of you for showing up and taking the time to become informed about the candidates who are standing for office and about the issues, what they think and what they believe. Informed choice is something that we don't see enough of in this country, and it's very, very encouraging to see people willing to devote the time to make that. May 6th is the election. You will have opportunity to vote for up to 3 candidates. That's something that you'll have to decide personally. The most important thing, though, is you need to vote. If you don't, you're wasting an opportunity and you're not fulfilling your civic responsibility. And if one of those 3 votes happens to come my way, I would be very grateful. Thank you very much.
That's right.
Thank you very much, Mr. Freiling. Mr. Beato?
Like I said earlier, people throughout the country are concerned about the lack of youth civic participation, and I'm very happy to see all the students who came out here tonight. And I'm also happy to see the residents who came out here tonight. Because as I've been saying and as I've been learning, this is one community, and it ought to be so. Students and year-long residents who are not students living together side by side, that is something that Williamsburg will always have and will always need to have. For those of you who are in the audience tonight, I've told you that some of you are out here, my supporters, and I recognize some of you I've never met who are here. And I've said publicly, and I'll say it again, I would